4 steps of a mission entrepreneur's calling are or a problem is identified. The church is currently not engaging in an area, and there's a need. God's going to call a human agent to address that need. The human agent is going to initially resist God, and God is going to provide assurance of his calling, and that he will be with the human agent for starting and creating and leading this ministry initiative. So, step 1. There's the problems identified. So, that could be anything in your context. It could be there's, like we see in the Old Testament, there's idolatry among the people of God. Or they're just not worshiping the way God wants them to worship. A complete lack of discipleship. People are not following what Jesus is. Or there's an unaddressed missional challenge. We've got empty churches because the church existing does not know how to relate to the current people of this particular generation or people group. And that's going to take really a person who, a mission entrepreneur or somebody who has a unique understanding of that context and can apply the historical biblical faith to that context appropriately. The person who God calls is also going to need to have empathy for their context. God, do you see what I'm seeing here? I don't know if any of you have ever asked that question. Does anyone else in my community see this need? Why isn't the church doing anything about this? We're all stuck in the building and no one's getting out there and doing anything about this. Is there someone who's doing something about this? Surely somebody's figured out a model or a ministry paradigm to address this issue, haven't they? So, God's looking for a person with a heart for their context and the need to whom he can call to address it. And God may choose he might just select you. And he's going to choose any number of ways to communicate his calling. It could be dreams, visions, inner voice. He might send an angel. It might be a divine contact, somebody who you know or have never met, or it could be a mentor, or it could be a whole bunch of circumstances all lining up to clearly demonstrate to you that he's asking you to engage this issue. So God's going to come knocking, and he's got a plan. For some reason, he's maybe chosen you, and that means your job is to be open as possible. But when he asks you to do something, it's going to be likely beyond you. And you're likely to ask, who, me? Surely, God, you don't mean me. I'm not able to do that. I would pick anyone else to do that but me. And again, be reminded of Gideon or Moses, right? Neither of them felt that they could do what God was asking them to do. Well, God's going to see that you don't fully get this. And so he's going to provide assurance that he's called you. And he might send somebody along the way, someone like me or somebody like Marlon or anybody else, to confirm. And we call this a double confirmation. God's spoken, and he'll send somebody or some other circumstance to make sure you realize, yes, he has indeed called. Okay? And he might send someone along who will help you hear your own voice on this. But yeah, God maybe has indeed called me to this. So just relax and expect it.